Hi, I'm Gary, and I just got here. Like always, there's got to be something going wrong, and sure enough, just as I was ready to go live, it looked like the application I use on my phone did an update and it was not working right. So I quickly switched it to another app that I used to use, and I'm trying to get there now. Let's see if I'm live. There we go. So, just waiting for a few people to join, and let's see if I can see the chats down here. Hi, everybody, and so sorry for the delay. I had to switch over, and there's probably a watermark at the bottom. Yep, it says Camerify. So, hey, Kevin and Gary, and oh, look, it's Abby's on there. Hi, Abby. And Kevin. Hey, Kevin and Michael, Robert. We're going to try to build the Simple Scout. I've got two of them already, but the only airplane that I built by FT is the Bloody Baron, and that's been a couple years. So I've been watching videos of Josh Bexler building this airplane over and over. We'll tell Amelia hi for me, okay? And we got the big old TV out right here so I can read it as I go. But I think my goal is just to get the wing built tonight. So, hey, Dan. It's Dan Nunez is in the house. And Dan's the expert, so if I got any questions, I'm sure he can help me. But he starts the video when he's building this airplane with the power pod. And I'm actually going to wait to do that later because I don't have all the electronics laying out here. In fact, that's why we're not going to like build forever. We're going to try to get the wing done and then probably stop there, because if I move into the fuselage, I got to have the servos in there and centered up, and I don't have all that ready. So I got my glue gun hot. I got plenty of glue back here. I don't know if you guys can see all this, but there is 65 sticks of glue, so I should have plenty. And this all came from Joanne Fabrics. If you guys follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I think I shared on there that they had a sale, and I just bought up a ton of it, and I use a lot of it when I'm fixing the airplane. So they do use some tape to tape the two wings together. So I got a little bit of tape here. We'll see what I can do. I have a box knife. I use this box knife, so I didn't tear up the end of the knife like he does in the video. And of course I got an X-Acto knife to help me with when I go to cut the bevel edges. And I got my water, so I'm good to go there. My readers, because a lot of this is going to be fine detail. So the first thing I got to do is get all this out of the cardboard. And they cut it with a laser machine, I believe, and so it kind of just comes right up out of there. I noticed in the video that they etched that this is an A-fold on the kit that he was building from, but this one doesn't have that on there. But it's an A-fold, and if you don't know the A-folds, the B-folds, and all that, he explains it quite well. But basically, the A-fold, the sides are going to come up above this main body right here. So hey, how's it going, Adam? Adam in the house, Mr. Whip Pilot. I thought we had a friend that was going to do some laser cutting for us. So what's up with that? I noticed they put some kind of a bomb thing here to build later. I haven't got that far in their video, but we might have to do that and see what happens. That'll be pretty cool in a video, me flying along and figure out a way to drop some these funny little bombs. This is a doubler for in the fuselage, so I'll get back to that later. And of course it comes out as wing halves. So we got to get the other one out of this one. And then this is later too. It's a triangle to make sure, right, wing it, work in progress. So the triangles for when you're building the main part to make sure everything's squared up. Oh, that's nice. Well, it was laser cut really good right up until that edge right there. There, it's coming free. There we go. You can see I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's the rudder. Oh, we do need this piece right here. This is the piece that tells you the dihedral when you go back to bend the wing. It's got to have a little bit of dihedral for it to fly right. Looks like Nate's made it into the chat. I think this. So I won't mess with that. What we'll do is we'll cut this off, and I'll use this. But I think this is just for scraping glue out, but I can do that by cutting little pieces off of this. So ignore that. That wasn't a big deal. I'll pick that up later. But here's the two wing halves. And this piece right here is what's going to stiffen it up, and it's what makes the wing strong. So the first step is to get this material out of here, and then in the wing, you'll see on right here, this piece has to come out, and then these need to come out. So, and these and these and this. Lots of pieces to pull out. It's just foam, so that's how it works out. So they do all of this stuff where they run a little blade through. The important piece of this is just to make sure you don't cut all the way through the back. You don't want to separate it. You just need to get the foam out of this channel. So he shows a technique where he roughs up a knife, and I'm not doing that. And I'm not going through, so I'm doing all right. Kind of using the finger hold of the knife to rest against the foam to help me guide how deep I go. He makes it look super easy. I'm sure there's many takes, but so there's that. Emptying your house out. Oh yeah, you gonna move somewhere warmer, Michael? I thought you guys were gonna wait until the school year was over. So I'll tell you guys, when I built that Bloody Baron, it did take me a long time. It took me the whole day. So that's why I made it my goal only to get the wing done tonight. And we might not even get that far, because especially if I make a mistake and have to get a new piece out and cut it out of there. I do have extra foam board to work with. Yeah, looks like I might have got it far enough. Of course, every time he does it, oh, change of plans, okay. Well, hopefully you find somewhere warmer. If you guys don't know Michael Bainey, he lives near the big waterfall called Niagara. He's also got a YouTube channel like the RC Sailors and me, and I don't know if anybody else is on that does, but we all hang out every once in a while and fly airplanes together. That's the best part of this hobby, having friends that fly airplanes together. And I'm sure they like running their trucks together. I just spend all my money on airplanes, so I have a few little trucks, but I don't have much when it comes to that. And definitely no big expensive trucks that are like 1/5 scale and tear up everything. So I haven't seen all the videos yet. I need to know if we've hit that bash ramp yet. Can somebody tell me in the chat if the big trucks have hit the bash ramp? So it looks like down here it's separated in one spot but not the other. So if I can get this folded over, I think he like works it down. Looks like I might not have got it cut deep enough, but looks like it's coming out of there. This is something else. When Josh Pixler, right? That's what you need to put in your video, how much some of the parts cost to fix that thing. Especially if you do break one, how much that part's going to cost to fix. So anyways, like I was going to say, when you watch the build video that Josh, and I don't know if you guys have watched the old ones and the new ones, but they're always updating these videos, which is crazy because they're like an hour and a half long, and they do it in like segments, so maybe that helps. Because like the bum part is a cut from the Simple Cub, I think, the build video for it. So, wow. So some of this I didn't get deep enough when I scored it. But I'm not going to go back with the knife because I'm afraid I'll go too deep then. So I'm just working it out because it just has to be removed from the paper mostly. Start to come out of there. I see there's a little pieces in there that's going to have to come out. Well, divorced. Well, Nate's talking to the wrong person then. Christmas is coming up. Nate, you need to talk to Dan's wife about getting him that truck for Christmas. You need those trucks so big, man. I would like to see what they look like on a trail or something like that. Yeah. You guys can't hear me, right? I start this video and I didn't turn the sound on the TV to see. I got it muted, so I can't tell if I'm making noises. Oh, okay, well, if you can't hear me, I'll just talk about Kevin a bunch. He's a real nice guy and all that. Well, I can tell you, Nate, this work that I'm doing, just peeling this stuff out, seems like a lot, and I don't think I could get the cut straight. So, yeah, I'm going to use their laser cut kits. I would like to meet somebody that's actually made well, I think Adam actually cuts these from scratch. What do you think, Adam? Is it tough? Is he still on here? So I'm gonna try to. There we go. Trying not to go through the paper. And then the idea is to be able to get this pulled up over the top like that, and then you have to glue it. And then these two spots are where the servos are going to poke through when I get it on the wing, because this is where the servo is going to actually sit in there, and then the bottom comes through here. All right. I don't think so. I don't plan on doing any scratch builds, because I think this is probably going to take a few Saturdays to get done. You know, I'll probably have the electronics. I'll probably put the power pod together, not on video, because I don't know. We'll see. When I start watching the video a little closer on how to do it, I might change my mind, but all the electronics and all that kind of stuff, I think will be simpler to do. I bet that just made it harder, because now that all has to flake out of there. Oh well. Is Adam not on here anymore? What pilot? He might have dropped off. I'm pretty sure he scratch built that Bloody Wonder that I flew like 3, 4 times. I don't know if you guys remember that. I put atom bomb on the plane, and I left it in the car and it warped, and it caused it to not work out. So that was my bad. Plus, I think I flew it in the rain. I think that was the rain and the heat. Okay, well, I don't know about a flat blade screwdriver, but maybe wonder if I could do it. making a mess. We got good old Turkey Day coming up. You guys, everybody having Turkey Day at their house, or are they going to their folks' house, or gonna do anything RC on Turkey Day? I'll be flying. Turkey Day, I might get to, if it's nice out, I'll get to fly jets. I can't believe how much I enjoy flying the jets. For so long I was like, I'm not gonna do jets. They just go straight. And man, do I like to fly fast and straight. I'm so surprised how much I enjoy doing that, and it's kind of cool to open up my eyes to a new thing. And I would have done it if Nate wouldn't push the F-15. I still would never have done it. So I'm looking at that E-flite V900. It's a little orange and white plane, and it looks really fun, fast and straight type of plane too. All right, I think it'll be good enough. Supposed to try this out before you put glue in there. Yep, good enough. We'll get it glued together. I can't remember if he said to put it, he tries to put it in one of the channels. And so it's gonna wrap up this way. So let's work towards the center. So I don't know how much you guys have done with hot glue, but I bought some hot glue that turned kind of yellow. Oh, but you're supposed to stop so far from the end, and it looks like I just stopped just early enough. And then I think he says something about singing "You Are My Sunshine," but I'll spare you guys on that one. Gary, have you flown your plane today? Michael Bainey, did you get out and fly today? Nate, did you fly today? Dan, did you fly today? If you guys did fly, tell me what you flew. Put it in the comments or in the chat. All right, I think that side's done. Flip it over, we'll do the same thing on this side. And stopping right there. I do have a little paper plate because the gun likes to drool a little bit. Well, what's that got to do with anything, Abby? You still go out and fly if it's pouring rain? But I understand it's not very fun. Always like flying better in the sunshine and no wind. That's always better. Doesn't matter really on the temperature, as long as it isn't below 0. I can do below 32 if there's no wind and feel fine. If it's windy, earlier this week I was out there and it was below 30 degrees and there was some wind. That made my fingers numb pretty quick. So I think that part's done. And so when we come back to this, these two pieces will be glued together, and it will go on this might be this side. Going this side. This is going to roll over that way. So yeah, it'll be on this side, and this will line up with that center hole. And there's supposed to be marks, but I don't see them. In the video, in the build video, he shows a couple marks out here, and I don't see them. So we'll just get it as straight as we can. This part's done. Now it's taping the wings together and then putting glue in the middle. Oh, I still gotta take this channel out. All right. What? You haven't flown since... Well, that's no good. I seen that Flex Innovation guys got more of the 300s in. I think the ones that are lit up actually is the ones they got in. That would be pretty cool. I'm thinking about it, but that one way better. Look at that. As long as I'm in good health, Gary, when I retire, I'll be flying all the time. And I was kind of hoping, we'll see what happens, but if I'm still YouTubing, that is my goal, to just lots and lots of videos, flying every day. All right. So that part's done. If I remember right, I think he cuts a bevel here and here so that it can fold over and make a nice smooth leading edge. I'll go ahead and punch this out. So we'll try that. I think he comes down from the top and drags it along like that. So I'll try that. RC tube. Channel just for RC. That would be awesome. Think we could get everybody to join up? Everyone doing YouTube videos? I think I'm going deeper than I should. It's going to be hidden, as they say. Critical step here is to not cut through the center, because that's got to hold the wing together. And you see all this chatter from my cut. Yeah, you never see that when Josh Bixler does it. And this is a fairly sharp blade. I was showing somebody, my dad bought these forever ago, and they're surgical blades or something, is what the package says. And they even have a little rib, like 90-degree bend, that makes it stronger. I missed something. The other Gary, no excuses. I have 2 devices. Should I? So I'm not sure what the device thing is, but anyways. It's kind of hard to read the chat sometimes when you're trying to build too. So this is not recommended to cut back towards yourself, but I'm just trying to get it in the light so I can tell what I'm doing the best. All right. So that one turned out a whole lot better. So it's supposed to go, I forget how far they said to go, but when we get that piece glued in here, these, I don't know if you guys can see those little score lines, those are gonna bend and it's gonna make it kind of rounded. Nice. Maybe I should turn that on in the background. Just kidding. All right, well, I'm not liking how that ended up, so I'm gonna try to clean that up just a little bit. Oh, got messy right there. Yeah, it was disappointing that I used Streamlabs. I'm sure you guys, if you've done anything with that kind of stuff, you've heard of Streamlabs. And I don't know if their mobile app did an update or what, but it wouldn't show a picture. Yeah, I would go get some sandpaper, Gary, but the thing is, it's in my shop. And there's a reason that we're doing these videos at the table on the other side of my basement, because the shop's a mess. So I'm hoping maybe during Thanksgiving break, but probably closer to Christmas, because I have that whole week off, I will get the shop cleaned up. I do have a propeller coming for my, to fix my Red Wing Hobbies slick, and I have the servos. I started putting them in, and I've already bought a propeller for it, but I ordered another one from an online store called Valley View RC, because they already drill it for you. Comes drilled for the engine, so I was like, well, I'll order another one. I've had 3 of them now and keep breaking them. Kevin, if you don't know already, Ohio Walnut's name's Glenn. You can just, hey Glenn, thanks for tuning in, buddy. I think I need to see some more videos of that Zazzy. Alright, so I need to take that channel out here. My wife was trying out a new technique for making a macaroni and cheese in an Instapot. She put too much cheese in there, but I'll tell you what, it was so good. There we go. Let's try this one now. Just a little bit. Should be all right. I'm trying to remember if he glued this around this time. or if you waited till later to glue these over. Trying to decide if it's gonna matter. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And that's just to make that a little stronger. Alright, so I need glue on here and down in there. Oh, I still need to cut this channel. Or, yeah, the double cuts. Yeah, we had good weather for flying, so we didn't have time, but I know we talked about building them down in Kentucky. That would have been fun to do it as a group. But flying to me has always been more funner than building. And some people prefer the build. My dad did all my building for me. And I kind of have hinted that I'm going to fly a special airplane on December 7th. That's my dad's birthday. And as long as I can get it back, because there's a little bit of something there. The first airplane that I had to build for myself after my dad passed, I plan on flying that airplane. So it has his name on the tail, and they don't make that airplane anymore. They quit making them when 3D Hobby Shop became part of Extreme Flight. But it'll be a fun plane to fly. Yes, that is a cool shirt. You know what my absolute favorite shirt is, and I don't think Nate has this. I might have to get it and send it to him, but there's a shirt that says something about asking for forgiveness is easier than asking for permission or something like that. So I have to send that one to you. Let's see, I was going like this because I was working out a lot better doing it the wrong way, cutting at me. As long as you're doing slow, controlled cuts, you're less likely to hurt yourself. And I just can see where the blade's going better. All right. That just goes over like that. These ailerons, you don't cut them in until way later, according to the video. All right. So I'm gonna glue this fold over, and then I will tape the two halves. Do they? Wait a second. Nope, you don't fold that over yet. I think we glue it together before we fold it over. I don't have enough table space. All right. There we go. So they point out the fact that you can see there's a gap there. Trevor, Dan, but I missed because I was inverted. Nice. You know, flying inverted's fun. Unfortunately, sometimes jets don't like it. If you guys don't already know, there was no video, but the F-15 that I had, my first flight when I got to Kentucky, I tried to fly it inverted and didn't work out so good. All right, so Dan, do you remember which side the tape goes on? Yeah, it started out sweet. The problem was, and I even did it today when I rolled the Viper. I wanted to roll it, and problem was I had the nose down when I started it, and it just doesn't have enough lift inverted. So I needed to start my invert with the nose up. Of course, all you guys that have that 15 already know that. But I was going almost full throttle when I tried to go inverted, and then got upside down, and I was trying to commit to flying inverted, and it just kept going down, 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 and my brain froze, and I didn't roll it over. Dan, which side does the tape go on? Thinking this side, but I'm folding it the other way, so let's just go ahead and put it on this side. So want to cheat. Let's see, let's get looks like tape was on the other side. All right. Tape usually goes on the inside of the fold. What are you doing one side? Well, it's we're taping the center is the problem. What it looked like, I can't remember what I saw. I think he's got tape on the other side and then glued on this side. Yeah, I don't know if did I see him say hi earlier? I need a tape dispenser for this thing. Oh, that'll be cool. Get these lined up again. He shows some technique where you tape it to one side and then to the other, and I don't know if all that's necessary. We'll use the scissors to trim off the excess. Hi, RC Master. Right. That ought to be good enough. flip it over, and he opens it up like this, skirts the glue there and down here, but not in that part where it's wide. So here, just making sure it's pretty straight. I noticed that the box isn't square, but it looks straight enough, so we'll go for it. So, yeah. And this side too. Like that. And just that little bit down there. And then we lay it. This is where it lays flat. And I guess since I'm at the stop, we can go ahead and glue this part down. Glue all that, and then a little bit here. Skip that spot. That's where the control horn for the ailerons will be able to move in there. That looks pretty decent. Just roll that over. So my wife does crochet and she makes really cool stuff, and then she posts it on Facebook, and when people see what you can make on Facebook, they all ask for some. So she's up there making stuff that people have asked for. She made these really cool Santa Claus hats that have Grinch faces on them. And she just got done making 6 of those, and she's making she's also making aprons that look like gingerbread men, snowmen, Santa Claus, and right now she's making one that looks like Mrs. Claus. So that should be dry now. I was supposed to scrape that free, but I think it'll be all right. So just like that. And then we're gonna put this in there like this. And it's important that when I put this in there, this part right here is where the servos will glue to. They're going to actually, the servo should go all the way through this notch from the other side, and then it's going to glue to here. So it's important to have this centered over that. So basically I just need to make sure that I'm seeing the line from both sides right there. And it looks pretty straight, and then of course you don't want it too far on each end, so something like that. Looks good to me. So we'll go ahead and glue that down. you should see the mess I've made with this thing. Back to my story about the yellow glue, I had it in there. You can kind of see how dark all this is. It made a bunch of crud on the inside of the gun, and then I started using this clear stuff, and I noticed it coming out in little chunks. So I went through probably 4 sticks of glue trying to push all that out. I made quite a big mess. For a really long time, I wouldn't mess with, I didn't mess with hot glue gun because my first degree out of high school was electronics, and our final project we built we took the old slot car track, made a strong long straightaway like a drag strip, and then for the class we used ladder logic and PLC controllers and all that kind of stuff. And anyways, because it had to be done quickly, we used hot glue. And this guy that was on the team that didn't understand how a hot glue gun worked put the hot glue in there and was pushing on the stick to get it to go in. Little did he know there was glue coming out the other end, and he was holding the other end over my arm, and it shot all over my arm. And so I didn't like messing with hot glue for a really long time. Anyways, that looks like it's good right there. And then so he shows doing some kind of a score on these lines. I think, I can't remember if he used the axle. Let's see what's in here that I can use. I think he just used this axle. I won't be using this the way they show in the package. I'm gonna put landing gear similar to the way the P-51 Mustang with the way I did on the one the RC Sailors gave me. I'm gonna do that same thing. But now that I can see, because I didn't build it before I did that, the notches that I made were right here, like this. It was like a plus sign. And yeah, it looks like it'll be all right. I'll just do that exact same thing. It happens to be in the strongest spot, so the landing gear thing probably worked out really, really good. So I'll flip this around so I can see these lines a little better. So they actually scored it. So this is riding down in the slot. It's working out pretty good. And this is just to make it easier to fold. I am at time, aren't I? Well, I got the hot glue gun. If you guys don't mind, I think I'm gonna do this last. At least this last little glue up where I'm gonna put glue right here on this and on here. I think that's it. After I get this, he said don't force it the first time. So keep working it until it gets down where it needs to be. And then the other trick is I gotta make sure, no, that the RC Sailor Scout isn't getting retired until it quits working. So something like that. I was thinking about I was thinking about putting this wing together straight and not putting the dihedral in it. They put the dihedral in there because their original design was 3-channel, no ailerons. Well, I'm gonna put ailerons on it anyways, so I might just leave it straight. It'll go into the fuselage easier. And then I'm not too worried about this gap because I'm gonna glue it to the fuselage on the top and the bottom. They only do the bottom in the video, but my airplane's not going to end up looking like the ones that they build. And the P50, there's a lot of people like that P51. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you go on to Tower Hobbies, they still have the Shangri-La, I think it is called. And if you go onto the Shangri-La, down below, they have combos, and they say they come the combo with the retracts, and it says you save like $9 or something. Well, click on that combo, the one combo, not the one with the battery, but the one just with the retracts. And when that one comes up, you know what? Well, as soon as I get this glued. Anyways, when it comes up, it comes up with, because they don't have the retracts anymore, it comes up with 2 P51s for $150 or something, $160 maybe. So you end up saving like $95. Plus you can use, it's enough you can use the second, the coupon codes. So you say it's like another $20 off. So I'm thinking about buying 2 more. And he does it over here. Wonder why he just didn't leave the wing flat on the table and glue it like that. That's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna just fold it that way. Maybe it's the curve. Let me think about this for a second. It is coming up in the front. This looks like it lifted up. I don't see any reason why not to do it that way. I'm gonna put a bead right along there. Oh, my stick's starting to run out. Have to get another one probably. Oops, you know, you're supposed to skip right there, but it ain't that big a deal. Oh, there's in. Come on, a little bit more. There. This will take a little bit longer. Yeah, the P51 is a really fun plane, and you guys know how I am. I end up crashing them, so I was thinking about getting 2, and then I always have one that's pretty when I want to go to an event and fly the other one all the time. I've kind of just been waiting to see if anything bad happens with the one that I got right now. Yeah, I'm still flying my E-Flight jet. Dan hasn't flown since we all got together, so I mean, you guys saw it, but I crashed that thing pretty hard after the event where we all got together in Kentucky, and I glued it back together and it flew fine. It never flies as straight as it does right out of the box. Well, I think I got it. And it looks like it's centered up pretty decent. It looks like a wing. And I might leave it straight. We'll see. I might still put the dehedral in there. So when they cut this, they pump quite a bit of glue in there and then close it up. You got to be careful not to get it in the center, because this is where, when I put the ailerons in, the wire's going to feed out through there. So that's important. But I think that's as far as I'm going to build tonight. I will pull up that thing that I was telling you about just to see if make sure it's still there. I'm not lying to you guys. You must have a caps lock on. And then, and they're having a Black Friday deal. Let's do P51. Tower Hobbies, this one. And it's gotta be the right one. Can't be the silver one. They're on order anyways, they don't have those. And, all right. You guys know how to spell it? Shang. This one. Let's try that. All right, so here it is. It says it's in stock. And if you go down here, oh, well, maybe they did get rid of it. They used to have it's not there. Must have caught on to us already. There was yep, I don't see it. Maybe let's go back and see if the red one had it. Or the blue one. Maybe it was a blue one? I thought it was this one. Airplanes. This tower. Hopkins. Heat 51. Let's do that. On order. On order. Oh, discontinued. Yep, I thought this was the one, but looks like they got rid of it. It used to be right here. Somebody figured it out. So guys, FPV. Are you talking about your jet, Michael? Is that what we're talking about? Is the camouflage F-15? Hey Robert, have you just got here? So I just got here. I think I'm done with building for tonight. Next time that I pull this together, we'll start working on the fuselage. I'll have the servos ready. He does Z-bends everywhere on the push rods, and I think they come with one end bent already, like a normal push rod. I'm just going to use the little collars that have the screw to lock them down. You guys have any other questions before I cut this short or cut it done? Unplug your glue gun. Don't ever want to leave your glue gun on. Trust me, I know, I've done it a few times. So Yeah. I'll share it on Facebook, Abby, so you can see them. Are you not friends with Christina on Facebook? Yep. So until tomorrow, I guess I'll see you guys later. And yeah, Kevin, thanks for coming and watching. I had my water. I didn't even take a drink, but I'll get one as soon as we end this feed. Had a really good time tonight. I rarely get time to do this kind of stuff, and so I got a lot of mess to clean up before Thanksgiving. So until tomorrow when I fly live again, I got to figure out what's wrong with the phone first, and then yeah. As always, I'm Gary, and I just got here.